Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we created our footer part, right? And now I want to add that our company here. I want to add some of the link, and for the more info I want to add some of the link, and for the downloads also I want to use some of the things. Okay, so friend, here you can see that is very basic, all that code. I hope you already understand that parts, simple some of the CSS code, and there is all that CSS class. So for the reason some of the time actually I created that design portion before, that is actually take a lot of the time, you can see. So now let's do that work. Now our another part as the company. So for the company I want to use some of the company link. Okay, so here if you want to add that link in React Bootstrap, I have already remember that part. So I want to use that on the link. So this link will be comes from our which place? It will be comes from our React Router DOM, right? I have already installed that React Router DOM, so now we are able to use that link. So when you access that link, automatically it should be input this link, and this link will be comes from the React Router DOM. Remember, I have already installed that React Router DOM, so now automatically it will be get this link, because we have to also put some of the link in here, right? So I want to use that link, and link I want to use it right now as a to URL name. So right now I didn't create any URL, so right now I make it as a empty. Okay, I make it as a slash as a home, which is totally fine. And then after that I want to use the class name, class, and then class name. I have already created another class name for this. If you go to that footer, there is a footer link. I want to use this one, and also I created another one as a footer link hover. Okay, when you put your cursor into this link, then our this hover will be executed, right? So now it's great. So now I want to use this class. So there is a footer link. I copy it. I want to use this class in here, and here I want to use it as a about. Okay, about us. So this type of one of the our link will be visible, and after that I take one of the bracket. Okay, I take another bracket, and then I copy it, and then I want to take 3. That will be another one as a company profile. Okay, company profile, and then I want to take another one. I want to take another one as a contact us. Okay, contact us. Perfect. So I simply put some of the things in here. Now if you click as a save all, and now go there, now click as a refresh. Perfect. You can see there is also our hover is working. You can see our color is now become changed. So there is about us, the company profile, and the contact us, which is totally fine. And also after that there is a more info. I want to use the same link. Better I copy it. Okay, I copy one of the link, and then in the more info, after that I paste it 2 and 3. First of all, I want to use one of the how to purchase, this type of one of the link as a how to. Okay, how to purchase. So this type of one of the page I want to create, and also refund policy or privacy policy. I make it as a privacy policy. Okay, privacy policy. And then I want to take another one that will be the refund, because that is one of the e-commerce website, so that will be as a refund, right? So that is a and then refund policy. This type of one of the link that will be executed, and also later we will create some of the route for this. So that is our link. So step by step we will go more deep, don't worry. I hope everything will be more clear. Click as a save all, and now refresh it. Perfect. Now there is another one as a how to purchase, privacy policy, and the refund policy, right? And into the download apps here, I want to use some of the icon. I have already saved 2 of this image. If you go to your exercise file in your website asset, if you go to that images, you can see there is this type of the app store, because that is one of the progressive web application, right? We will create the 3 things. One will be as a web application, the Google apps, and then also it will be available in our iPhone. So I select both of these images, I copy it, and now in our project, into the project, if you go to there is a src, and then the asset, the images, here I want to paste it. Okay, I simply paste both of these. So now first of all we have to import both of these images in our footer desktop. I want to use first of all input it. So that will be import, right? Import from our which place. I want to name it. I name it as a Apple. Okay, Apple, and then the from Okay, apple from our wish place. We have to go outside from this folder first, the one folder, and then the second folder, and now there is a asset, right? So into this asset folder, now there is a images, and then our images name, I have already added that image as the apple and the google.png. So now that will be the apple.png, and also I want to take another one. Sorry, I want to take another one. I paste it, so that will be for the Google. Okay, name it as a Google. So the same places our picture name as a google.png, that will be the google.png. Perfect. So now I want to visible this apple and the Google. So first of all, I want to display the Google. That is actually download, that is a download apps, right? Here I want to use one of the encode tag. Close this encode tag, and here into this encode tag area I want to use on the image, and image I want to close it, and here I want to use that src, and src will be our this Google, right? So that will be as a Google. And then also I want to use another bracket. I copy that bracket, and then after this I want to take another one, that will be another one as a apple. I copy it, so now that will be as a apple. Perfect, right? Now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, perfect. You can see there is how two of this is visible successfully, but it's very close. I want to do better, add some of the margin top for the Apple Store. Here into the src I want to use another class name I want to use one of the margin. Okay, margin top as a m margin, and then top margin top I want to make it as a 2, then it should be get some of the spaces. Now click as a save all, and now go there, click as a refresh, and yeah, you can see it's now perfectly get some of the spaces. Perfect. And after that I want to use some of the copyright text. If you go to that Easy Learning official site, into this easy form to the Easy Learning, I want to take right now this type of the copyright text. Okay, so for this, after that I want to take another one. That means there is our container, there is a last container, right? So after that last container, better I want to take another container. Okay, into this, after this container I want to take another container. Okay, so there is a container. I close this container, and into this container area I want to take another container. Okay, I take another one, and into this position I want to take another row. That will be as a row. I loaded this row already, so now here I want to use one of the h6. Okay, h6. I close this h6, and here I want to paste it. So that will be as a copyright 2021 one easy shop. Okay, I make it as easy shop. All right, receive. So this type of one of the text right now for education purpose I want to use it, which is totally fine. And that will be actually our total wide, right? So for the total wide I want to make it as a fluid. That means this container, okay, this container I want to make it as a fluid ID, and then fluid will be as a what? True, right? So that will be as a true. And also I want to use some of the class name. So there is a class name I want to make it as a center position. That will be into the center. Then I make it as a text, and then center. Okay, our text will be into the center position, which is totally fine. Now let's check this out. Click as a save all. Now go there, click as a refresh. You can see now that is perfect. That is into the center position, and better I want to make some of the make it as a busy dark. Okay, then that will be actually different color. So here I want to use also as some of the margin I make it as a 0, and then I want to use that as our padding. Okay, padding top, I want to use that padding top I want to make it as a 3 right now, so it should be get some of the space. And padding button I also want to use as a 1 button, and then busy. Okay, busy, and then I make it as a busy dark. Okay, busy dark. Now that will be actually different color. That will be actually look at it. Click as a save all. Now refresh it. Perfect. You can see perfect. So here also we have to make this text as a white. So that is actually our h6, right? To the x6 I also want to use another class name, and class name I want to use another class as a text. Okay, text I make it as a white. So now if you click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, yeah, now you can see it's now perfect. So now our text is become updated as a text white, right? So that's all for our footer. And also if you want to check it responsive or not, I want to also check it. It is also responsive. You can also make it into the center position. That means everything is great. And when it should be mid-level scale, you can see now that is actually the 2 because of all here I have actually updated this part like that way. When it should be large skin, that will be as a 4, medium skin, that will be as a 4, and when it should be the small skin, that will be as a 6 by 6, right? There is a 2 grade, and into the small, that is a 12 grade. So everything is working perfectly. So when it should be as a mid-level, then you can see there is a 6 and then 6, that is a 12, and when it should be total, there is a 4, and for this skin, there is actually single. Okay, that is a total 12 grade. Perfect. So friend, here we successfully complete our footer part for the desktop. So right now I make it as a very simple. I hope you like it very much. So if you want to change it, if you want to add some of the another functionality, you can actually do a lot of the work in here. Okay, so right now it's totally fine for me. So next video I want to create another footer. That means another footer for our mobile version. So how can do that work? In our next video I will show you that things with the live example. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.